Hi, I'm Bubba Ayub here with the Korg at the 2018 NAMM show, and I'm going to talk to you about the Prologue 16 voice analog and digital polyphonic synthesizer. So the Prologue kind of builds on our mini-log and monologue line and expands it and changes things in some really, really awesome ways to give you 16 voices of polyphonic synth action. One of the big new things is we have the multi-engine oscillator. So in addition to two analog oscillators, which are mixed here and give you all of your standard analog oscillator functions, we've got this multi-engine, which allows you to do digital noise and digital synthesis algorithms and create your own algorithms. It's actually going to be part of an open source project where you're going to be able to create your own synthesizer algorithms and load them onto the Prologue and control them and play them and do all kinds of amazing things that I could never dream of, but you are going to dream of for me. The filter has been changed a little bit. We have on the filter now, it's a little bit thinner, I would say, but that's not a bad thing. It's actually a great thing for a polyphonic synth because it cleans it up and it keeps the sound clear and it keeps the sound from being too muddy and nasty and covered up in all kinds of like stray harmonics that phase cancel each other out and all that kind of stuff that isn't so pleasant. So we've got the filter, we've got some overdrive options on the filter, and at the end of the chain, we have what's called a low-frequency compressor. And the low-frequency compressor is a sort of tube-voice, very warm, analog-style compressor that is focused on retaining and boosting your low end and giving you low end and the more low end that you want occasionally with when you're playing maybe a mono synth patch or when you just want to make a really big synth sound. So with the LF comp, the low frequency compressor, you can add in some of those low frequencies. You can boost them up by just watching what's going on in the low end and compensating for it. For modulation, we've got two envelope generators, two ADSR envelope generators, and we've got an LFO with beat syncable, slow, and fast rates, so you can get into some really, really deep, varied modulation that crosses into territory that just isn't very common on a synthesizer. Even on some of the weirder, more abstract leaning synths of the modern era, these things are kind of hard to find, and I've always loved how Korg's LFOs have been super musical and super tuned into things that make pretty music and make maybe ugly sounds that are for pretty music, and it's lovely. We have modulation effects and delay and reverb as well, and these will also be user editable, and so you'll be able to create your own effects algorithms and put them into this system. And without any further ado, I'm going to play a little bit on it. So that's a little introduction to the Prologue with some fun sounds. Hope you enjoy it, and if you want to find out more, you can go to KorgUSA.com and keep an eye out at Long and McQuade. Maybe you'll see one soon.